Welcome to
The Diary of a Businesswoman.
We will give you
thought-provoking, practical, informative business insights. Hello everyone.
and welcome.
Hello, welcome back to Diary of a Businesswoman. Charlotte here.
Christine here.
Today we want to talk about working culture. We're Diary of a Businesswoman. We've worked in multiple different workplaces.
We certainly have.
Got a different experience in these things, but firstly, I think Christine, you're the one to answer. What is working culture?
It's the way everybody behaves in a business. So it's much like the culture you have in life or in a country. And a working culture is something that impacts everybody in the business. So
Good and bad.
Yeah, exactly. Good cultures and bad cultures. And obviously we all know that the good cultures are the ones that survive and thrive, and the bad cultures either stay stagnant or die.
Yeah, because it's like happy wife, happy life, that awful, very sexist saying, but happy employees, happy business, right?
Yeah, productive business.
Yeah, productive business. So it's very much behavioural then, isn't it? How people behave.
Yeah.
I guess it comes down to how confident they feel as well.
Well, often it's dictated by the people from the top.
From the top.
Top down. So a good example of that, I used to fly quite a lot with British Airways, and I always knew when their management had changed because the attitude of their team, you could feel it almost on the plane when they were happy and unhappy about how they behaved with you. So I always thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
And when I looked into it, I was quite right. You know that some senior managers had changed and they brought about a different culture.
Yeah, because it's very much set, the tone is set by those in charge, the decision
Absolutely.
makers, those that are operating the employees below them. So, yeah. What's an ideal culture then for a business to operate?
Well, an ideal culture is people with a common goal and everybody in the business understanding what that common goal is.
Yeah.
But also there's that underlying part is keeping your employees happy, keeping your team happy.
Yeah, I feel like that's done by recognising them as human beings. Like
Absolutely.
offering them that flexibility, especially if they have families or things like that.
And understanding that it's not necessarily about money.
No, but how do you tell people at the top that though?
Yeah.
How do you? Because you've got investors on them and people making them want the money. So it must be really hard. It takes a good manager, I think, to really separate the stress they get from. I feel like the bosses have bosses somewhere, right?
Yeah, well, not always.
Whether that's an investor, they're not a boss, but there's someone that's involved in the business. So.
And it's how strong and good you are. I worked with one business and his ethos was, I'll give you your wings and see how far you fly. And I always thought that was lovely in that he would not micromanage you.
Right.
He would give you your goals and it was up to you how you achieved them, obviously, as long as it was ethical, reasonable, truthful.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just always thought, when he said that to me, I thought that is such a lovely thing to say to someone.
Yeah.
Rather than say, right, this is how we do things here. You must do it this, and this.
Yeah, no movement.
Yeah.
No growth for people, no development, no allowance for development in someone.
Or no allowance for people being innovative.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there are some areas where you absolutely have to do things down a process. It doesn't mean that process couldn't be improved if you give people the opportunity to give input. But regulations, all of those things means that sometimes you have to follow certain processes quite strictly, and it will be obvious why, because health and safety, those are reasons why. But it doesn't mean, like I say, that if you listen to your team, that those processes, procedures couldn't be improved or done better in some way. So
I think what annoys me sometimes is those at the top never know what happens down at the bottom.
Yes, yeah.
They have no idea what's actually happening to generate the sales and get the money or whatever is needed. So they do lose track of what's going on in their own businesses. So there's a lesson for those that are in charge of people, is get involved, keep involved, stay alert.
Be
stay
hands-on.
aware.
Yeah.
Be hands-on.
Be part of your team.
Yeah, everyone has to be equal despite their title.
Yes.
Yeah, which you have a great story to summarise that.
Oh, yes, I love that. So prior to the achievement of getting a man on the moon, someone visited NASA, and as he was leaving for the day, there was a cleaner there, and he said, he had a chat with him, and he said, "What is it that you do here?" And he said, "I helped to get a man on the moon." And that's fantastic. That is when you know that you have created the common goal from top to bottom.
I think that's a very impactful way to finish this episode, don't you?
So don't forget to set your common goals, have a happy team, and that could include external as well as internal, but share your common goal and believe in it.
And recognise them for the people they are, the human beings with feelings. And brilliant. Well, I hope you have a positive working culture wherever you come from, and I hope you feel like you can voice those opinions if maybe things can be improved as well.
Okay, bye for now.
Goodbye.